Baking today with Jes Juma in the Thermador kitchen at Advantage Appliance. Welcome back to North Dakota today, Jes, and I love what you're cooking here because it's red velvet, it's cookies, and it's February, so it's that time to make everything red, right?
Absolutely.
And we love it. And so you told me that you secretly know the reason or the history as to why red velvet exists. This baffled me.
I do. So it started in the 1800s when they added cocoa powder to cakes to make it velvety in texture and lighter. And the cocoa powder, natural cocoa powder, adds a red hue to it. So they called it a red velvet cake. We actually didn't start adding food dye to it until like the 1900s when food dye became more commercialized.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because now I could see like that reddish hue and like a very light cocoa, I guess. Then you put enough to it, it turns black, like chocolate almost, like a really dark chocolate. Lo and behold, that's the red velvet cookie or a cake and everything. I think that's amazing. And so, because I don't know what I always wondered what it was growing up as a kid. Like, what in the world makes this red? Well, it's the food coloring.
It is now. Yes,
So,
absolutely it is now.
All right. So what makes your cookie special here for Valentine's Day, pretty much?
Well, they're actually my kids' favorite. So this is one that we adapted from a Christmas cookie that I make, and we turned it into more of a Valentine's Day cookie with the white chocolate chips on there. So you get the red and the white, and they all look cute and pretty.
You can't go wrong, too. I'm assuming you put the chocolate chips there towards the end.
Yes,
So,
yes.
perfect.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get going here.
All right. So it starts like every other cookie recipe, I feel like, and you're just going to cream your butter and your sugar.
So pre-softened a little bit, or it's been sitting out room temperature?
Yes. Yeah, room temperature butter.
One of my things, too, I like to make a good chocolate chip cookie, I guess, every once in a while, and you cream the butter and the sugar. How do you know when to stop? Because sometimes you can over-cream it, you can under-cream it.
Yeah, so you want to go until it'll start changing color, and it'll get lighter in color, and you'll notice that like the sugar granules almost disappear a little bit. That's when you know you've kind of creamed it and it's truly like emulsified together.
So you don't want it, I was going to say you don't want it like a milk, but it's not going to get that texture, but like where it's all, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it becomes like one consistency.
Yeah. Okay, so barely noticeable with the sugar, if not just a little bit past there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sometimes, too, you cheat and eat just the butter and the sugar, right?
Oh, for sure.
And, two, this is the white sugar you put in there. Does it change consistencies, too, whether you use the brown sugar at all? Does that matter, or is it the same concept?
Same concept for creaming, but it is going to change the consistency of your bakes because the molasses and the moisture content in that brown sugar is absolutely going to change the consistency of your cookie and how it bakes.
Okay. And so this is probably going to take a couple of minutes here, as it usually does.
Absolutely.
But you were telling me that your busiest time of year is actually Christmas.
It is.
For everything. How many cookies do you make during Christmas?
This last year we were at over 1,200. So lots and lots of cookies of all different varieties.
All different.
Yep.
Does that include like chocolate dip pretzels or anything like that? Tell us like exactly what you offer the community, I guess, in terms of your baking again.
Yeah, so my specialty is actually breads. That's my favorite thing to do. So rolls, bagels, challah bread is one of my best sellers. But then, of course, the sweets are what sells. So
is challah bread Jewish?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
What makes that unique then? I'm kind of forgetting on that one.
Yeah, so it's an enriched dough. So it's got a little bit of fat content to it with the eggs, and then it's got just a little bit of sugar, and it's braided real pretty. So it's real light and fluffy. It's similar to a brioche. It makes a great French toast.
With the egg wash on the top?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep,
you
you got it.
And so that's pretty popular, I'm assuming, for Easter.
Yes.
Which is coming up too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. So we're definitely going to need a little bit more time on this one, which is fine. Butter takes its time, right?
Yeah, we're getting there, though. You can see it's starting to come together, and we're almost there now.
When you bake, do you use like a nice KitchenAid or one of these handheld ones, or does it depend on the quantity?
Depends on the quantity. So this is a half batch, so I do the handheld, but at home I pretty much always use my stand.
I was wondering, too, because I was like, there's only one stick of butter here. So usually more butter the better, right?
Absolutely.
And so this is going to make enough for 8 cookies?
This will actually make enough for 16.
Oh, so it is actually a pretty big batch.
It is. Yep.
Yeah. You can see now it's starting to change a little bit, so it does take time. But I think this is always the longest part, making a cookie.
Absolutely. Yep. The next few steps is going to be boom, 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 and then the cookies together.
All right. Well, I think now would be a good time to send it to commercial break,
good.
and then while we keep creaming, we'll be back here as far as the butter goes. All right. We're going to be back for more North Dakota Today after this.